Malcolm Leuenberger. Is this paradise or is this paradise?
Darryl, this is definitely paradise that you're looking at.
You know, blue skies, you can see the stars all night long, and every time you drop a jig in the water, you catch a walleye.
Almost every time, Darryl.
What's the name of your operation?
Leuenberger's Fly-In Lodge and Outpost Cabins.
Say that one more time.
Leuenberger's Fly-In Lodge and Outpost Cabins.
How far are we from Nakina, Ontario?
75 air miles to the northwest.
Listen, we're in northwestern Ontario, and every time you drop a jig in the water, you catch a walleye. Is that the Leuenberger lift?
That's the Leuenberger's lift.
Stick with us, because we're going fishing.
I'm going fishing all the time, and my baby's going fishing too. Bet your life that your sweet wife can catch more fish than you. Any fish will bite if you got the right bait. Now here's a little something that I'd like to relate. With my pole and my line, I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too.
Going Fishing with Darryl Choronzey is brought to you in part by Yamaha. Reliability with every turn of the key. G3 Boats, a Yamaha boat company. Maxima Premium Monofilament Fishing Lines, the best by test. And Islander Precision Reels. Closed captioning is brought to you by Garmin, the new wave in chart plotters and sonar solutions. Ooh, if there's one place that Choronzey loves to keep coming back again and again to, it's Leuenberger's Fly-In Lodge and Wilderness Outposts. And if there's one lake in particular Choronzey loves to visit, it's the Kaganagami, or simply referred to as the Kag. Today, our host has taken up an invitation from owner-operator Malcolm Leuenberger to hop on the company's Turbo Otter and make the 75-mile flight north to Kaganagami. This 20,000-acre lake is situated in Ontario's true north, a vast pine-covered wilderness. This isolated forest-covered region offers up some of the country's premier sport fishing for northern pike, brook trout, lake trout, and most of all, those tasty walleye. Just how good is walleye fishing at the Kag? Well, let's put it this way. Choronzey has fished most of the fabled walleye lakes from coast to coast, and he still keeps returning to the Kag every chance he gets. So stay with us as our host and Malcolm Leuenberger fish the fabled walleye of the Kaganagami.
Oh, Darryl. You know what? You're a fish hog.
That must be.
How can you not be in this lake?
Oh, this is awesome.
Mac, how many miles? I got one too, Mac. Hey, listen. How many miles long is this lake?
From the top to the bottom, back up into Humboldt Bay, 16 miles.
I mean, how wide?
The widest part, probably 3.5.
You know, I know it's a walleye fish factory, right?
Oh, it's awesome.
And I'm not being smart, but I've never caught a walleye that big in here. I've always caught what we're catching right now. And you can tell people, and I'm telling you right now, don't pass up the chance to come up to the Keg because it's like this nonstop. My wife says, does it all work when you go out to film a show? Not when you go to the Keg.
Look at the size of that one, Darryl.
Dandy, man.
Nice and fat.
Dandy, dandy. I got slightly smaller, but it's still a nice fish, Mac. That's a dandy, eh?
It's a nice one.
Talking about yours, not mine. Mine looks like a midget compared to yours. Don't lose that one.
I'm not losing
Okay,
this
I
one,
want
Darryl.
you to do me a favor. Show them the Leuenberger lift, right there.
Right there.
Right?
Just like that.
If you take a walleye, and for the most part, when you take a walleye and you hold it, let it rest in your
Not
palm
quite
of your
right
hand,
yet, Darryl.
it'll stay there, usually, right?
That's right. As long as you're up by the front fins.
Who taught you how to do that?
If I told you, you'd be telling my secret.
Mr. Leuenberger!
Darryl!
Mac, I'm telling you, as fast as you get the jig down, you got to fish.
Oh, this is another nice one,
Yeah,
Darryl.
it's a
Look
dandy.
at that. Look at the colors in the water, eh?
Colors of what? The fish or the water?
The fish.
Okay.
Look at the darkness of this one.
Mac, I'm telling you, honest to God, for an average fish, these are nice, nice fish. You got a little bigger one than I think that I got, but
Yeah, just a little bit.
I can take this one before he breaks off. Nice fish, eh? Hey? Well, they're...
I got you by a half an inch.
You got me by nothing. Well, you got me by half an inch. Nice fish, Mac.
Beautiful.
Now, honest to God, and I'm not kidding you, this is, well, this one's smaller than average, this one here. The one you got's average, but look at these fish. Are they beautiful?
Beautiful. Look at this one.
Oh, you just had to put it up beside mine, eh? But hey, these are average fish. When you come to the keg, this is what you catch on an average.
Yes,
and it's almost as fast as you can get your jigs down with your twister tails, Mr. Twister.
Twister tails.
Right?
And now for Darryl Choronzey's Campfire Comment, brought to you by Daiwa, committed to total quality.
Hot day on the water today.
Was, but you noticed something. We never saw a single CO. No conservation officer.
You know, I'm not being smart. I live in Owen Sound. Josh lives in Owen Sound. I haven't seen a conservation officer on the water or in the bush in the last 4 years.
Where are they?
I'll tell you where they are. They're an endangered species.
There's no jobs.
You know, Josh went to Sir Sanford Fleming. We might as well say this. He went to Sir Sanford Fleming, and I see all these kids going to Sir Sanford Fleming, or they're going up to the Sioux. Or
Lots
they're
of
going
other schools.
There's all kinds of schools, all kinds across Canada, but especially in Ontario. These kids go in there, they want to be conservation officers, they want to be techs. They're not stupid enough to want to be biologists, but they want to be techs and they want to be conservation officers. You know what the chances of getting a job with the Ministry of Natural Resources when you come out of college, as far as I'm concerned? You got a better chance of winning 649. You know, isn't that true?
Just no jobs.
You know, let me tell you something. I feel sorry for the OPP. I feel sorry for all the cops, but I really feel sorry for the COs, right? There's not enough COs out there. But I even feel more sorry for these kids that are going to school, wanting to be conservation officers, wanting to be techs, and they're not getting jobs. Smarten up, Mrs. Minister or Mr. Minister. Worry about the fishery, worry about the woods, worry about the wildlife, not just your paychecks.
Going Fishing returns with more from the waters of Lake Kaganagami.
Mr. Leuenberger!
Darryl!
Mac, you can't get tired of this, can you?
Oh.
Just a little better. What can you say, a little better? They're all nice to start with, you know? Honest to God, if you get a chance, and I'm not kidding you, honest to God, if you get a chance, and if you got one place to fish for walleye in Ontario, it's Leuenberger's. How far are we north of Nakina?
75 air miles, Darryl.
75. I'm getting a little slow on the draw with my age, eh?
That you are.
Nice fish, Mac.
Oh,
You got one too?
Darryl.
Get away from my fish. Dandies.
Oh, that's a nice one you got there.
Hey, I think yours isn't bad either. Hey. Mac, I've been to probably 1,000 walleye
that is
lakes,
a nice
right?
one.
That is a nice fish. I've probably been to 1,000 walleye lakes, and you're not gonna see them like that.
Oh, that is
Hey,
a nice one.
is that a nice fish? And he really
I
sucked
got
that
a pair
down.
of pliers for you.
Okay, that's a nice fish, Mac. But he's taking that pretty deep.
Here we go, Darryl.
I got it. Is that nice?
Beautiful.
Hey?
Beautiful
Is
fish.
that a dandy fish? Hey?
Awesome.
Wow. Hey?
Beautiful fish.
Dandy fish. Hey? Gorgeous fish.
Can't go
Now-
wrong with that one.
Is that the Leuenberger lift?
That's the Leuenberger lift.
Wow. What a nice fish. I'm gonna let him go. Buddy,
Nice
You know-
fish there, Darryl.
dandy fish.
Guess what?
You got one?
Mine is going to be bigger than yours.
And you, honest to God, you just can't believe how good the fishing is at Kaganagami. What do you got there, buddy?
Oh, it's a nice walleye. It's a nice one.
Lots of fish.
Don't think it's going to be as big as the one that you just let go,
Yeah.
but
Dandy fish?
it's got some run to it. It's got some spunk.
You know what? I'm just gonna sit here and watch you catch that fish. Mac, what's the biggest walleye you've ever caught here?
32-inch walleye is what's
Really?
the record right at the present time.
And how many pounds?
That'd probably be around about 12 and a half.
Yeah. You know, you're gonna see a lot of 3s and 4s and 5s. A 12-pounder is a big fish in here.
Yeah, oh yes.
What's that one?
This is
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. He's probably pushing
He's probably
4.5.
going, probably 4.5 is
4.5,
right, eh?
Yeah,
Nice fish, eh?
beautiful fish. Really nice.
Beautiful,
colors.
beautiful fish. Just drop him over the side. We're not gonna eat him.
No, he's way too big to eat.
Is that the Leuenberger lift?
That was a Leuenberger release.
Again, honest to God, now listen to me and really careful listen to me. The place is called Leuenberger's Fly-In Adventures, or what's the proper name?
Leuenberger's Fly-In Lodge.
Fly-In
Outpost
Lodge?
Cabins.
And Outpost Cabins. This is at the Keg, this is your...
This is where we're at
This is the
Kaganagami
diamond,
at the
right?
lodge, yes.
Okay, how many lakes have you got?
16 different lakes that I've got cabins on, Darryl.
One cabin on each lake?
Out of those 16 lakes, we're on 12 of them completely by ourselves, just one cabin on the whole lake.
You got a paradise, buddy.
Awesome. It is paradise.
For the push I'm giving you, you should give me 10%.
And I'll give you 90% of the bills.
I'm going fishing.
Well, let's be honest here. Plastic rules when it comes to walleye fishing in Canada. It all began back in 1973 when Doc Carver of Mr. Twister began to experiment with size and tail shapes to get the perfect action in soft baits. It took a lot of trials and disappointments. But finally, the first Mr. Twister curly tail was introduced to the fishing world. Today, Mr. Twister has 4 sizes of the famous curly tail. There's a curly tail size and color for any species that swims. Now, just as important to Choronzey is the fact that Mr. Twister products are manufactured in North America and in Canada. Packaged and distributed by Brex Incorporated of Sherbrooke, Quebec.
Ha Darryl. Mac, what do you think?
Oh, yes.
Mac, if you told people that they're this thick in here, they wouldn't believe it. You know that?
No. This one's got a little spunk to it.
Wow, I'm gonna get down. Grab this guy. Ah, come on, Mr. Walleye.
You having
Talk
fun
about
there, Darryl?
spunk. This guy's got some spunk. Nice fish, eh?
Yeah.
Eh? You know, they say you can only catch walleye at night. Yeah, okay. Here it's a 24-hour operation.
Look at that one.
That's a nice fish, eh?
Isn't that beautiful?
Dandy. Now, you're saying an average fish in here is 3.5 pounds.
Around about 3 pounds.
You know?
Yeah, that one you're holding is a little below the average. This is more closer to it.
How come it's the one I'm holding it's a little below the average?
Because that's the one you caught.
Okay. That's a nice fish anyways. Hey, listen, you go to a Lake Nipissing or something like that, that's a real keeper. That's a giant Lake Nipissing. You know, I'm not saying Lake Nipissing doesn't have 10-pounders, but that's a 4-pound fish there. They're nice, eh? Look it! I put the rod down. I'm gonna get caught by the ministry. Get out of here! I'm sitting here looking at a fish. I left my jig over the side and whammo.
Whammo.
You know? Well, they can say it's no fish story. But this is how good it is at the Keg. Honest to God, it's, as fast as you get a jig down, you don't even have to hold the rod.
No.
Nice fish. The old die was taking a beating
Oh,
here.
look at this.
Look at this.
Look at
This
this.
is nice. You got
I
one
just
too.
got down to the bottom.
Wow. Wow, Mac.
Just got down to the bottom, Darryl.
Is that nice or is that
Ooh,
nice?
that's a nice one too, yeah.
Now, do me a favor. I know a couple TV guys. I don't want them in here doing a show. Dandy fish.
They just seem to be getting larger as the afternoon wears on.
I don't want to hurt
here.
this guy. Hey, that's a nice
Look
fish.
at the size of this one.
It's not as big
Another
as
nice one.
mine.
No, yours is bigger.
I'm
I'll
going to
give
tell
that.
you, mine's bigger.
Yours is.
But honest to God, if you get the chance, don't pass up the opportunity to get to Leuenberger's.
Leuenberger's.
And what's the whole name of your operation again?
Leuenberger's Fly-In Lodge and Outpost Cabins.
If they want to get you on the web, how do they get it?
www.leuenbergers.ca.
.ca. So it's www.leuenbergers.ca.
Yeah.
How do you spell Leuenbergers?
Leuenberger.
How long did it take you to learn that?
Quite a while.
This is great, Mac.
Oh, Darryl.
Do you get bored of this?
I do.
I'm supposed to say, do you get bored of this? Or you're saying never. But honest to God, it's every time
Every
you
cast,
drop the
yes.
jig. Nice fish.
Oh, yeah, this is another nice one.
Now, I'll tell you where that one's going. And I'm going to tell you right now where that one's going.
Where is it going, Darryl?
In about this much oil. You did a shore lunch for me a couple years back, right? And it was done in oil and beer.
No,
Right?
yeah, it actually was done with butter.
Okay, was it butter in your beer?
Yeah.
I thought it was oil and beer. It was butter and beer?
Butter, yeah.
So are you going to do this again for me?
I would definitely like to try to do it again
You
for
know,
you.
you got to see this guy. Nobody cooks up walleye like this guy does.
And this is going to be it.
That's it. He's going to be frying in a little bit of oil shortly. Or, sorry, butter.
Butter.
Right?
Butter and beer.
You're going to get the flames going?
Well, definitely. Let's see what we can do with it.
Put him in the cooler, buddy.
That's where he's going.
And now for the Walker Deeper Diver Tip of the Week, taking your lures down and away. Slip a 3-inch Meanie Mr. Twister on a 3/8 or 1/4 ounce jig into walleye holding water and slowly twitch the offering back to the boat. Remember, the word is slow, real slow. That special curly tail on the back end of Meanie Mr. Twister will be gyrating and calling Mr. Opal Eyes in for that fatal bite. Remember, slow as you go.
Mr. Leuenberger, is it always this hot here?
It's awesome, Darryl. The weather today was awesome, but the fishing was even hotter.
Okay, real quick. I usually say do not use cable and telephone poles, right?
No, definitely you want to come up here fishing for your walleyes. Use light action, ultralight action rods and reels, 4 to 6 pound test line. That's your best bet. You get to feel those walleyes fight all the way to the
Okay,
top.
I run medium light rods and reels, usually, right? So I'm running a Daiwa 1300. It's really small, it fits good in the hand, right? I'm running a Daiwa rod, and I can feel those fish all the time, right?
That's the main thing, is to get the feel off the end of that, the tip of your reel.
You saw me with
Your
my
tip of your
fishing
rod.
line.
Yes, actually, I noticed that you're running a different line this year, and I noticed that it's Maxima.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, for years and years and years, I ran Maxima. Then I went to someone else, and then I thought, I'm getting too old, I'm going back to where the roots really were. It's a little more expensive, right? It's probably 30% more expensive. It's #1 on the East Coast and the West Coast. And somebody said, well, why would you pay 30% more? Well, if you really want to use melted down pop bottles, then
Pay less.
then go to the bulk stores and buy the cheap line. You've got to have a quality line. And I mean, you've got to have a quality line. Okay, Mr. Twister.
Yes,
Right.
I noticed the Mr. Twister on your rod.
Alone by itself, you're going to catch all the fish you want. But when you add a little bit of meat, by meat I mean worms, minnows, right?
leech.
And you fish, you fish just with minnows, no Mr. Twister. But if you're going to run a Mr. Twister and you're fishing on a slow approach, add a little bit of meat to it.
Oh, definitely, for sure, because those walleyes will come up and they'll just feed on that tail, and they'll work their way up and eventually get the hook.
You started doing a number on me. But I
Today I
twisted
did.
my Mr. Twister and I had a piece of worm or a minnow on it. Bang, 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 bang. It's kind of neat. But the other thing is, when you come north, you got to have jigs.
Oh, definitely, jigs is a very important bait up here.
Now I'm going to pull this rod out of here and I'm going to take the Maxima out of here. This is a buddy of mine. It's called Behringer Jigs, right? I believe he's around Kenora. He's around Sioux Lookout somewhere. But if you're coming north, you want a selection of jigs. And Behringer makes the best.
Definitely, and when you do come up, I mean, just don't stick with one color.
Yeah.
Bring a few different colors. As you can see, there's quite a few in here, because you don't know, the fish will be hitting one color one day and another color another day.
Is that a selection or is that a selection?
That is a selection.
What he's got is, I would imagine there's about 400 jigs in there, right? And every jig has got the eye popped out of it, so you don't have to play around and just slip the amount of film through it. But if you get the opportunity, go on the internet, it's Behringer Jigs. This guy sent me this, 2 years ago, right? That's a lifetime worth of jigs.
Oh, definitely, there's no doubt about that.
Now, before I go any farther, I hear you make a great shore lunch.
Well, I definitely do, Darryl, and I'm going to definitely try to make it for you tonight.
Fire pit's right there.
Right over there.
Do it for me, buddy.
Definitely, I hope that it's going to turn out for you.
Let's go for it.
I will do it.
Going fishing returns with the Napoleon Barbecue's Shore Lunch.
Malcolm Leuenberger, I'm going to tell you something. You probably have the best shore lunch I've ever had. Now, let me just go through this real quick. You got your frying pan, you've got your melted butter, right? Or at least it's
melted.
going to be melted, okay. You've got your walleye fillets.
That's right.
You've rolled them in somebody's,
Darryl Choronzey's fish batter.
okay. It's called breading and batter, but that's okay. Now, when you take the melted butter, right, on the frying pan, you're going to take the walleye fillets, lay them in the frying pan, right?
That's, Darryl, that's basically what I'm going to do. I've got to watch the temperature on the butter to make sure I don't burn it. Then I'm going to put the fish into the frying pan. We're going to cook them for about 2 minutes on one side.
So what you've got is you've got a pound of butter, put the fish in there. They're already rolled in somebody's secret sauce. And then you let one side cook. You flip them over, and that's when you pour the beer in.
That's when I pour the beer in, and hopefully then from that point on, it'll foam up, and the beer is poached in beer, and it's awesome. Now, Darryl, we are going to do what we need here. Half a can of beer.
Now listen, folks, remember this. This is the best shore lunch you can get anywhere in the world, I guess.
It is, Darryl, and you don't need the potatoes or the beans to go with it, but like I say, this is cooked for a special friend. And
So-
you, my friend, are special.
Okay, now let me help you out. If you get the chance, get hold of Leuenberger's. Where's this little town you live in?
Nikina, Ontario.
www.leuenbergers.com.
Yes.
.ca, sorry.
.ca.
Okay, if you really want the best fishing in the world for walleye or the best cook in the world, see my buddy Malcolm. We'll see you next week.
For more information on today's fishing location and other going fishing destinations, visit goingfishingtv.com. Going Fishing with Darryl Choronzey has been brought to you in part by Yamaha Outboards, reliability with every turn of the key. G3 Boats, a Yamaha boat company. Maxima Premium Monofilament Fishing Lines, the best by test. And Islander Precision Reels. Going Fishing would like to thank the following fine sponsors.
Going fishing, baby smiling my way, gonna have a great day, no competition. Going fishing, going fishing. We'll be gone, but not for too